What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna review my tune. It's a stage 2 tune from Eurocharged. I'm gonna kind of give you an update how it feels and what it's like. I'm gonna also go through the bolt-ons that are on the car now and tell you a little bit about the exhaust. So why don't we go ahead and start it up. And we're gonna let the oil warm up a little bit. And then we're gonna back it out and we're gonna go for a drive. And I figure while it's warming up, I'll show you the bolt-ons quick, so just we can get that out of the way. So first things first, we have the custom downpipe. We have the stock filter box, just a high flow filter put in, because really the way I see it is the turbo's right here. Why would I have an open intake when this thing just inducts the air straight from the grill? And then we also have a Turbosmart blow-off valve along with one-step colder plugs in the vehicle, NGK. But then had the two resonators taken out. I'll give her a quick rev for you guys before we go. Hopefully the engine has warmed up sufficiently here. Oh yeah. So we're gonna start off the test drive in comfort, which is, there's 4 settings in the GLA 45 and I believe the CLA 45 as well, which is individual, which is where you basically set the settings how you want it to be. There's there's comfort, which is gonna basically be the calmer side to the car, and depending on if you have the upgraded suspension or not, it'll adjust on how soft and how stiff the ride is. As well as with Sport and Sport Plus. Typically I don't use Sport, there's really no point in it. I just either use Comfort or Sport Plus, and of course those basically speak for themselves. You know, the when you switch it into Sport and Sport Plus, that uses the dual clutch, you can actually hear it shift rather than when you are in Comfort. I'll show you here for just a quick reference. And this is just kind of how the car is originally. So when you're in Comfort and you step on it, it's got some definite pull to it. It's a lot more noticeable than, of course, you know, the stock car. I believe it's 120 more horsepower. It says it right on the Eurocharged website. I might leave a link below. So there's that. Comfort is kind of my least favorite setting, of course. You know, I just usually like to leave it in Sport Plus. So why don't we go ahead and switch it over to Sport Plus, because that's the fun mode. And we're gonna kind of keep it calm a little bit while the transmission warms up. It's still got a while yet, but you can hear it. I don't know how well the camera catches that, but I also added, so the car came with burble. I feel like when the tune was put on, the burble was taken away. I feel like either that or with the exhaust work that was done and kind of muffled the amount of pops that are coming through. So I'm not too sure on that. So I went back a few minutes later and I had him add a file with a burble tune, and I honestly like this burble a lot more. It's harder to get it to happen, but it sounds like a minigun sometimes, and it's actually pretty cool. So you get the turbo spooling a little bit. Crackles. I love it. So when I'm going around town, how does it feel? Well, like with this particular transmission, it can be a little bit weird sometimes when you're going around the city, like 30, 45 miles an hour. It quite doesn't know which gear it wants to be in. And of course, that's how the car is stock. I've noticed with the tune, it's sort of been a lot easier for me, and it feels a lot less jumpy. Like, I feel like the tune's calmed it down a lot when I'm not trying to be hard on it. Definitely love the blow-off valve and being able to feel like a Ford Focus guy. The race start is freaking insane with the new tune. Like, it literally puts you back in the seat. You can't move. Notice that sometimes when I'm not using the paddle shifters and then the car's just in kind of cruise mode, it takes a second for it to decide what gear, and it just did it right there. The dude almost fucking hit me. Is I have a bright ass yellow car and you can't fucking see me? Like, are you serious? Anyways, I love the looks people give me too when I'm just driving down the road and then I fart on them.